This is Nick Baisley from FilmSnobbery, and I am at the Palm Springs Shorts Fest. And who am I here with?
David Renaud, director of The Morning After.
Tell me a little bit about The Morning After is about.
The Morning After is a romantic comedy musical where a woman wakes up naked in bed with a sexy stranger and really has no recollection of how she got there or the night's events before. And she's trying to desperately get out of the bedroom, and he has his own agenda.
This sounded like my Friday night, but with music. And the only one singing was me. She was just like, "Where's the taxi? What did you put in my drink?" No, I'm kidding. So I see the UCLA hat. Are you UCLA alum?
I am, yes. I went to UCLA Film School. I studied screenwriting under some of the greats there, and also a lot of directing courses with some of the great faculty there as well.
Now, UCLA is a very prestigious film school, and I was asking this to a lot of people that we've interviewed here at the festival so far. What didn't they teach you?
That's actually a great question. I think it's like anything you learn in a university. You know, you get very book smart. You learn a lot about the process. For example, in my predominantly screenwriting program, I learned a lot about the process of screenwriting. I learned a lot about how to structure a story, how to build a story, about what I'm supposed to be doing. But, getting in and getting your feet wet is very different. So we write a lot. We wrote tons at UCLA. They gave me a lot of experience. But, learning how to really write a really emotional story from inside that comes from somewhere inside of you and that connects to your audience, that manipulates them emotionally in the way, you're trying to do. That part, I don't think you can learn that, in film school.
How do you've learned all the rules, by some, like you said, some of the greats that are out there teaching right now and were in the industry or are in the industry. You've learned the rules. How do you break them now? Is that the next step? Is okay, we've learned what to do, and now do you kind of explore a little bit when you're creating? How do you have fun with it?
Yeah, another great question. I'm going to actually quote a UCLA professor right now. Richard Walter, who's one of my favorites and one of the co-chairs of the screenwriting program, he always said, there's only one real rule. I wish I could do them, but I can't do them. There's only one real rule in screenwriting, and that is don't be boring. And I would say I break the rules, but they're instinctively in the back of my mind. So, a film is a certain length and has a certain anatomy, and they always look like that. Like, I don't write a 600-page screenplay. I still write the right length. But do I hit all the beats on all the right pages? I don't even think about that anymore. I think it happens sometimes. Sometimes it's a few pages earlier and a few pages later. But I don't think about the rules at all anymore.
Now, it's difficult enough to create a typical narrative screenplay, never mind a short, never mind a musical. Why do you hate yourself enough to have to put yourself through all of that torture? And did you write the music yourself?
Actually, yeah. I didn't. To answer the first question, let's talk about movies, man. I'm a movie buff.
Let's talk about movies. Let's talk some movies.
Let's talk movies. I'm a movie buff, and I had been watching a lot of Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers films. And I love old movies in general, and something about the magic of that couple in those films really resonated with me. So I decided I loved those movies enough to put myself through the torture of writing a musical and a love story and a romantic comedy, all these things. And then the second question, I actually took an old Rodgers and Hammerstein song written by Dorothy Fields and Kern, I think, Jerome Kern, and called "I Won't Dance." And I had my actor.
I thought that was done by Genesis. Oh, that's I Can't Dance. That's what it is. So no Phil Collins on this one.
No Phil Collins. No, unless Phil Collins was around in Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers' day.
He's ageless.
So anyway, I had my lead actor sing it and perform it. So it's his version, and then I had my composer Tony Blundell wrote and orchestrated the music for it.
How does I know we're probably getting more nitty-gritty on this. How does licensing work for something like that? I mean, festival licensing is obviously a little bit different than, differ when you're delivering your deliverables for distribution. Were you worried at all about, having to make sure you had the rights to be able to use that song, even though it's maybe an original arrangement by your composer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we actually licensed everything. We have 2 songs. Speaking about that, we have a Frank Sinatra version of a Frank Sinatra song called "I Got You Under My Skin." And
I like that one.
It's a great one. It's great. It's the last song, so it's the last song in the film, and it's worth waiting for. And that we licensed the master and the publishing rights to that song, and for festival use only. Plus, and this is the most important thing I learned from my wife, the producer, options for various other platforms down the road. So this year we only have a license for publication only for the one that we redid ourselves because we made our own master, and then publication master rights for the final closing credits song. We have it for a year, and then we can get these options to distribute it or put it on TV or do whatever we want with it. If you don't have those options, you can't sell your film.
This is true.
Well,
So
you can, but it's going to cost you a hell of a lot of money to get those options if everyone loves it.
So filmmakers out there, make sure that when you're creating your stuff to think ahead, and even web series people. I actually run into the issue a lot with fair use. In my line of work, I'll show a trailer of something you did that will have something that someone else owns in it, and I'm the one who gets tagged. Right. So it's crazy.
Well, that's good. I'm going to send you my trailer so you can take the responsibility for
what else is new. It's independent. Let them come after me. You're not going to get blood from a stone.
I second that.
What's your so you made this movie, and making the movie or shooting the movie is only half the work, and then you have the finish work that goes into it. How long was your production process and then your post-production process, and what was your post like?
Yeah, well, the production process was 4 days plus the pre-pro stuff. If you include writing, I think it was about 8 months. Including writing the 2 drafts of the script, the one that I did, and my writing partner, Meg Gifford, did a second draft. And then the shooting was just 4 rapid fire days. It was 4 or 3? It was 3, actually. 3 really fast, insanely fast days.
Thank you, producer.
The post process is like another monster in and of itself. And that had a lot of bumps. It was up and down. You're trying to create the movie you thought you filmed, and you're hoping you got what you wanted, and you're being surprised constantly. And there are very different steps along the way that where you can hit roadblocks. We were actually earlier talking about the color process. That was something that was a real challenge. You don't think about you should think about it, but I hadn't thought enough about the post-color process before I started shooting. And that really made it a challenge to go in there after and try and come up with a vision for the color. Same is true with sound. I thought a lot about the sound because I knew it was a musical, so I had a real playbook, to take to my sound people. But yeah, that whole process was probably 9 months, and I feel like it's still ongoing potentially.
And as far as your festival experience, you're here at Palm Springs. Is this your premiere?
No, I've showed it once in LA.
Okay, once in LA, but you're in Palm Springs now. Screw LA. That's for the bigwigs. No, we're in Palm Springs. How is your experience here so far?
This festival is amazing. I mean, these people really care about filmmakers. They really care about short film content, and they just treat you like they love, what they're doing. I've never seen so many volunteers. Our screening was almost sold out. It was a big theater. It was a packed house. Great response. Great questions. Other films showing with it were fabulous. It's an honor to be here, actually.
One of the unique things about this festival as well is that there is a film market here, which is something you don't necessarily see with a lot of short films specifically, but even at all in other film festivals. What do you do as a filmmaker to take advantage of all the opportunities here, not only to network with other filmmakers, gain and garner and keep an audience, and also potentially sell your film? What's the hustle you have to do to make it this festival worth your while?
Yeah, well, you bring your producer, is what I do, who's my wife.
As we like to call her, Honey.
Yeah, Honey, I'm producer. You gotta get out and you gotta talk to people and you gotta meet people, and you shouldn't look at their badge first. you never know who you're going to talk to, and you should just go around and meet
I do.
like, oh, are you worth talking to? No, I'm sorry.
No, I just look for a filmmaker. I need to talk to you. That's it. I'm looking for you specifically.
Yeah, and then there is a film market. People are screening our films, and we kind of check in there all the time and hear, are people taking it out, and what are they thinking about it, getting feedback from, the volunteers that work here.
I was going to say, do you get feedback?
Yes, yeah, we've had pretty great feedback so far, and people are definitely signing it out. There's like almost like a library. It's like a cool old video store in there where you can take films out and look at them, and people are in there. It's constantly, there's a wait list to get in there right now to watch films.
That's because you got someone like Randall behind the counter there. It's just like, I don't watch movies. You're like, ski school? I was going to get that too,
Yeah, no, it's great, man, and you got to butter up the people, it's not
Butter
hard here. Yeah, it's not hard here because everybody's really nice.
When in doubt, bring cupcakes.
Yeah, cupcakes are great.
Yeah, because people that usually watch movies like this look like me.
Or ice cream because it's 105.
This is true. Palm Springs is damn hot. Damn hot. Cole, as would say, Cole Porter say, how hot is it? Too damn hot.
Too damn hot. Yeah.
There you go. So I want to thank you though for stopping and chatting with us, and I wish you best of luck on the festival here. I mean, where are you going after this?
Next, we are going to Manhattan. We're going to Rhode Island. We're going to Beverly Hills, DC. I got my cheat sheet. I got a teleprompter over there. Yeah. I'm reading off of.
Just like, hold on. We've got updated information.
Yeah,
yes, DC.
Actually, we just got. Yeah.
Back to you.
Yeah. So that's you can look for us there.
Fantastic. Well, again, thank you very much for stopping with us. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll see you around soon.
All right, man.